Hello, everybody. I'm here. This is a day to stream. The world is kind of shitty, or there is imminent shittiness ahead, given reporting from the Supreme Court, which many of you have probably seen. I'm not going to dwell on it too much because it's very aggravating. So instead, I will remind you that democratic socialism is a thing and that reproductive rights are human rights. And today might be a good day to research a local reproductive rights organization or find a local mutual aid group that you can get involved with. Because there are many things that are scary, and we basically have each other because large institutions cannot be trusted to take care of people because they've been corrupted by capital and corruption and greed and bigotry. So we need to make them do better however we can, and in the meantime, do the good things ourselves. So this is Arcanium. I did some research over the last week or so into various other roguelike deck builders that were not already on my radar to see if I could find some stuff that was new and interesting. And Arcanium came up in that investigation as something that seemed very promising. I'm going to bring all of the volume stuff down because this was a little bit loud for me. If this becomes too soft for you, please let me know. And that's good. Look, it's a game where I can actually go over to the stream into OBS when I need to, as opposed to whatever was up with Inscription, where I had to Alt-Tab all the time. Mastery level. Okay, well, since I have not started the game, mastery level theoretically starts at 3. I could not be lower. So, I've watched a bit of this, but I'm still going to do the tutorial, because then that will make it easier for everyone who is watching now and later. Plus, I won't just stumble through things and then maybe get 2 hours into a run and then realize that there's a mechanic I didn't know about. Hero is revived with 5 health at the end of battles. That's also good to know. Okay. That kind of paused when I clicked off screen, so that's good to know. Welcome. Here you will learn the basics of how to play. Milady says, "Our zoo, our world, is under attack once again. Umbra, the Dark Moon, is seeking vengeance and won't stop raining down its vile shards until every living soul is wiped out of existence." Okay, that's Shards, vengeance, end of living existence. The prophecy was right. I must do something to protect our zoo. There's no time to waste. Let's repel evil from this land. All right. Tile discovery. The map is made of various tiles that are hidden to you at the start of each run. To discover tiles, you must be adjacent to them. Tap on any adjacent tiles to activate it. Any tile you step on will be depleted, and you will discover new adjacent tiles as you go. Okay. So I'm just going to go over here. I guess that's pause while I'm on a different screen. And here's my schedule. And here is who I am. Just as a reminder for anybody who's watching, for most of my life, / most of what I do, I am an author and podcaster. So I co-host the actual play show Speculate, which I just finished up a mini-series called Splendor and Shadow, where I was GMing a game called Rebel Crown, and I play in The Case of the Centered Seal, which is another series that we run over at Speculate, which you can find. I have one of these, right? Yes. Which is an actual play show. So now I'm going to jump back and we're going to do the tutorial. Assault Battle. Defeat any 3 villains. Rewards 1 ability. So there's some forest crawlers here, and we're going to get an ability. We can edit our deck, but I think for the first fight of a tutorial, let's just play what we've got. Action points. Each hero has an AP meter, action points meter. It will replenish at the start of each turn. Any unused AP will roll over into the next turn. Card's AP cost. Every card you play will use some of that hero's AP. A card can't be played if the hero does not have enough AP to pay for it. To play a card, simply drag it into one of the 3 lanes available. Melee cards can be played in your lane. Ranged cards can also be played in adjacent lanes. So this is a melee symbol. This is a ranged symbol. That all works. Time to get rid of this monstrosity. Let's attack him by dragging an ability in his lane. So we have Lunge and Flesh Strike. Deal 4 damage, or dash, deal 3 damage. What is the dash? Swap positions with an adjacent ally. Well, we don't have any adjacent allies, so I'm just going to do this Flesh attack. Darn, how is he still standing? Hit him again. This is a tutorial. It's fine. Taking damage reduces the target's HP. As soon as it reaches 0, the target will be destroyed. So this spider has 5 hit points left. Phew, I'm out of cards. Let me rest for a second. Hit that end turn button for me, will ya? I will do that then. And I got attacked for, looks like 6, and I had 2 defense. Ouch, just you wait, filth. Prepare to die. And this has a green thing on it? I guess, oh, so this is what it's going to do. It's going to do a poison attack. Apply 3 poison. And I have 52 of 56 hit points, and there's some other meter here that I'm not seeing just yet. So I will have to use both of these to defeat the enemy. They're at 1, and then I do this. Defeated 1 of 1 enemies. Final blow. They've run off. Victory! And I will continue. So I got some money and an ability. So this is drafting a card for my deck, it looks like. So I don't know what this... So there's a fire thing and like a blue icon. I don't know if these are like different elements or different colors or different styles. Retain, I imagine, means that you can... Yeah. Card stays in your hand until played and does not get discarded at the end of your turns. Shield is the defense in this roguelike deck builder. Meg just got home with groceries, so I'm going to check and make sure that she's all right. So we're going to go quickly to the Back in a Minute card. Okay, I'm back. Now we will pick which card we want. So, what if I wanted not this one? Okay, it's just whatever you're clicking on. Duel, retain 9 damage, draw 2 cards, taunt. Yeah, let's go for this duel. Duel Plus, I guess it's an upgraded version of the card. So I get the money and that card goes in my deck. I just found a new card. This will help me in my journey. Let's equip it. Backpack. Equipping cards. Backpack is the place where all new cards and equipment will be stored. Tap cards in the right window to equip them. This is your current deck for this character. You can have between 9 and 14 cards in each hero's deck. So we now have 10. This thing. Everything else costs 1. So having this is not really a problem. And it looks like this is like the rest of the cards that this character can have, but I don't have any of them to be able to add to my deck. Okay, so we go back. We just did this, so now we're going to go over here, and there is an event. Hero found. You found Aurora. As you venture deeper in the forest, you hear the sounds of battle and rush in to help. You find a pyromancing fox igniting a large group of forest crawlers. I've been hunting these vile beasts all over the forest. Stop staring, grab that pointy stick of yours, and lend me a hand. Aurora has been added to your team. Battle blocking. Whenever you reveal a battle on the map, all adjacent non-battle tiles will receive a red X mark over them. This battle needs to be defeated in order to free the adjacent tiles. Okay, so that's how they force you into doing the fights, rather than being able to dodge around them. So we've got 2 forest crawlers this time, but now we have 2 heroes. Alright, assault battle. They've got 14 health each. Milady says, "Get away from me, filth! My fire will cleanse the corruption from this place. I will try to remember the voices I'm doing for the main characters so that I can be consistent." Yeah, I like this art style is really nice. I think especially for games I'm going to stream, when I was looking at stuff, I wanted something that would be fun for me to look at and would be interesting for somebody who was like just popping by the stream. There's another roguelike deck builder that I saw that had some recommendations, but its interface was... the art wasn't as cool as this for me, and the interface looked a little bit more boring, and it seemed like maybe that wouldn't be as visually appealing for somebody coming by. So status effects are conditions that can affect a target and are displayed under their portrait. You can learn more about various status effects by interacting with the icons. You can also learn more about status effects at any time by right-clicking a card or clicking the glossary icon in the menu bar. Each turn, the enemies will display their damage or effect they're going to play on the heroes after you press the end turn button, so intent like it shows up in Slay the Spire. Review damage, so this will tell me what damage I'm going to take if I don't do something about what the enemies are going to do. So each of these heroes will take 6 from their attack from the Forest Crawler if I don't do something else. So Solar Blast is deal 4 damage in an area, and Fireball deals 4 damage, so elemental cards have a red border, light cards have a yellow border, and then Arcana cards have a blue border. So this tells us which stats are going to increase things, and you can see that the color on the damage rating corresponds with the color card type, so that makes it easier to keep track of which stats are impacting the damage that you're going to do. So that's good. Alright, so I'm going to do this duel here, and I did some damage, and I got a card. So, dash deal 4. If I do 3 damage in a multi-strike 2, that should defeat it. Nice. So I have these area attacks. They're not as important because this enemy is KO'd, so I'm just going to do the Fireball. And then I have 1 energy left here, but both of these cards cost 2. So I'm just going to end turn, and Aurora's going to take some damage. I could have used the dash ability that Milady had to move her over and take that damage because she has a few more hit points. But at this point, Burn deals 1 elemental damage per stack at the end of each turn, then decays by 1 stack. Sure. I'm going to do the flesh. So you can only do melee in your own lane. So we're going to do that Fireball, and that's that. Oh, and then we get his fun sticker, because Aurora is happy. And we get some more gold even than last time, and a card draft. So this is a neutral card. So I think this hero card is specific to Milady, and then this neutral card can be used by either of them, it looks like. Gain 1 might. I imagine that might is increased damage by 1 per stack. All stacks decay at the end of the turn. Okay. And if it's upgrades, it becomes 2 might. And there's a card draw. Deal 4 damage in an area. Apply Vulnerable. Vulnerable says, increases damage received by 50%, then decays by 1 stack each turn. Okay. Let's take that Vicious Strike, because making an enemy vulnerable is, I found in other roguelike deck builders, is pretty powerful. So we have this extra card for her, and now this deck is at 11, and Aurora's deck is still at 9. So she's got Solar Blasts, Fireballs, and Scorches. So more of her deck is 2 cost than I would like, which means as I get options for more cards for Aurora, I'm going to try to find stuff that costs 1. I'm giving these characters pronouns. I may be incorrect, but I'm guessing probably not. Vendor tiles. Vendors of many types are scattered around the continent of Arzu. Explore the world to discover their tiles. They may sell abilities, artifacts, items, or minions. You can purchase new abilities from the trainer with gold. Vendors stay on the map and can be revisited at any time. That's nice. They also thank you with a free card when you find them. Cool. You found a missing trainer with like an armored raccoon laser fist person. You can visit the trainer shop at the capital to purchase new abilities. I chased these monsters away from the capital, but got completely lost trying to find my way back. Take this ability as a token of my appreciation. This is like Mega Man, but as a raccoon person. Gain 1 power, gain 2 burn. So you set yourself on fire in order to do damage. Echo. What does Echo say? Return this card to your hand after playing it. You may play it an extra time this turn. Okay, let's go with the Chrono Shield on Aurora because it's 1 cost, it's defensive. Having that shield may be what the game expects us to do to compensate for Aurora maybe setting herself on fire with combustion and things like that. And now we have some money that we can spend. So we've got this card that we're going to add to Aurora's deck, but we also have 134 gold we can spend on things. We can only get 1 of these because of their costs. Deal 12 damage but gain 3 burns. So again, we're seeing this looks like some of a characteristic of Aurora's deck, is doing a bunch of damage but then becoming more vulnerable or doing damage to herself. Fury. Fury generates 1 AP per generates 1 Fury per AP spent on each card played, used to pay for the hero's ultimate ability. All Furies have lost at the end of the battle. Okay, so that's that other meter at the bottom. Gain 2 extra Fury. Yeah, I think maybe wait a little bit on the self-immolation, get a bit of sustain and mitigation. So I can get some shield damage, 9 damage combo. Effects that activates whenever a card of the same color was previously played by any hero in the same turn. Okay, so the combo here is make the enemy vulnerable. And that can be for either of them. But again, that's 2 cost. So let's do the Solar Fissure because the extra Fury is good for the ult, and it's another 1 cost card. And I think that will be what we're looking for. And then we're gonna go here, we're gonna go to Aurora, and we're gonna add each of these. So now they both have 11 cards in their deck. And we're probably gonna get another hero somewhere in here because I believe that this is a three heroes at a time game. Yeah, just if I have things set up so that Aurora is only ever going to use 1 card in a turn and then has to save energy turn on turn, that makes her abilities less consistent, less dependable. You approach a paladin along the side of the road, kneeling over another heavily armored figure who isn't moving. Leon the lion, turns to regard you with a flame burning behind his eyes. If you're hunting these corrupted heathens, take me with you. I must avenge my fallen brother. Leon has been added to your team. He's a tank, probably. If he's not a tank, I will be exceptionally surprised. These enemies are getting tougher. Glad to have you on our side, Paladin. Almost a snake voice I'm doing here for Aurora, which is not quite right, but I'll stick with it. The pleasure is mine, Pyromancer. So, enough compliments! We must concentrate on the task ahead. The lady is slightly tsundere, maybe. Threat meter. 1 threat point is generated each time you step on a new tile. Enemies grow stronger with each threat, making your journey more challenging. So that's a bit of a timer that would discourage just walking around and exploring every single tile in the game, because then when you get later on, the fights get harder, I would guess, yeah. Once the threat bar is full, all the tiles on the map slowly turn into province boss battles, leaving you with no choice but to engage one of the bosses. There we go. That's a timer mechanic. So let's look at Leon's deck real quick. We've got Intercept. Sorry, we need 3 dash, gain 2 shield. I don't know about that. Oh, I guess we do need it because your deck has to be at least 9. So Crusader Strike. 1, deal 3 damage in an area. Intercept, dash, gain 6 shield. So switch places with a character and gain the shield to protect them from incoming damage. Pummel is solar, deal 4 damage, and taunt. I have to imagine taunt is forces the target to redirect their attack to your lane. So intercept and pummel will bring a lot of attack toward Leon, where then he has stuff to gain shield, Chrono Shield, intercept. And then Radiant Armor, which we don't have yet. And then you could get the Solar Fissure, which you don't have. Okay. I wonder if things like this, if I own them, are global collection, where if I have a Solar Fissure and more than one character can use it, can I only assign that card to one of them like it's a collection, or have I unlocked capacity where, okay, I have one Solar Fissure, so every deck can have one Solar Fissure. And then here's some things that we don't have yet, because they're probably mechanics that will be introduced later. Yeah, no worries. Do what you gotta do. I am very glad to have you here, so pipe in whenever you like, and I'll just keep trucking along. Assault battle. Defeat any 3 villains. And the threat goes up. Now we have some, looks like some big boars. They're gonna fight us here. Alright, so now we've got our lane situation all set up. Blackguards, by my beard, what are they doing here? We must be approaching the Shard. Ew, someone needs a proper bath. I'll kick the filth out of these pigs. Let me roast these freaks. I don't know that they're freaks. They're minions of enemies. Lane swapping. Drag your heroes over adjacent heroes to swap their lanes, but swapping costs 1 AP for the hero being dragged. So that's why we have abilities that will move us, and will often do something else so that it's better than just dragging. But I need to remember that I have that basic move ability that I can use. Cards with the keyword taunt, like Leon's Pummel, can be used to redirect an attack to yourself. Taunting is really helpful to intercept incoming damage for your allies. Great. Especially because we have a Clothy, we have a lighter armored striker, and then we have a tank. Seems like what's going on here. Interesting that you only drew 2 cards. I wonder why that is. Redraw 2. Okay, look at this. So Milady has a redraw of 2. I'm guessing that's a stat. And both of these have a redraw of 3. And then they have basic abilities. Apply 2 burn whenever an enemy hits you. Gain 1 might whenever you play an elemental card. Gain 2 shield whenever you play an Arcana card. Okay, so you've got that back and forth balance between using elements. And you gain 4 shield at the start of every turn, like a proper tank. And they are all going to defend themselves, so I don't need to do any of the stuff that's about taunting. So, since we all have energy, this is attack in an area, which means it hits here and here, so they're down to 19. And we can dash. Fireball. So I'm gonna dash here, because then she's in the middle and can do Fireball, and it will hit... I guess Solar Blast was the thing in an area. Well, then I'm going to give you some burn. How about that? And then I'm going to lunge back over here, because we're going to try and does Taunt decay? Well, let's find out. So, you have Burn. And I'm not seeing the Taunt. So maybe not. Maybe it's only for this turn. You have to use Taunt on the turn that they would be attacking. And you have 1 energy left, but no cards to play, and that's that. And we get the burn, takes you down to 2. And I'm guessing burn... We'll find out if burn does damage... if burn avoids shields or not. That's something to figure out. Apply 2 burns, we get more burn here. And these are each doing they're attacking for 3 times. This is what that looks like. So, Pummel and Taunt, Dual Strike, Lesha Strike. So you don't have a dash anymore, unfortunately. But you have 4 energy and 2 cards, so I'm going to move you over here so that you're in the middle, so that then you can do Solar Blast to damage everybody in an area. And we're going to do extra burn. And then you're going to taunt over here so that you don't take damage. And then I'm going to just give you a bunch of shield. So you're still going to take some damage. And then I'm going to put damage down lane into this enemy. And you're going to take some hits as well. We'll find out where and when we heal. So we get these stickers pretty often. They're like emotes, I guess. Right on. So we've got Flesh in it and Lunge. You're out. So taking this enemy out in the middle means that my area attacks are less effective, unfortunately. And you are shielding again, so we're just gonna... I bet there are cards later on that will move the enemies, and that's what I want right now, to be able to make stuff... Let's see, you're at 19, so let's go over here. Let's focus down this enemy. And that. And then that. So you're out. And then... I guess you have all the energy, so that's fine. We're just gonna put a bunch of damage on them. And we're gonna give you some burn. And now I have this... See this little orange thing over here? Draw ult. Gain 2 immune, expend. Dash, deal 9. Apply 1 vulnerable, expend. So I don't think I can use this yet because I don't know that dash will move me over 2 spaces. And you, immune, reduces the next damage received to 0, then decays by 1 stack. Let's go ahead and get that because the fury expires at the end of the turn, at the end of the fight. But I don't want to... Yeah, I can draw this later because I don't want to like pull it into my hand and then not be able to use it. So the burn hits them, they get some shield, and then they're going to attack. So, let's see. Turn, deal 9 damage. You can go anywhere? Okay, so you can go to... Oh, that's fine. We're moving you over here, and then we're going to do your ult, and then we're going to do pounce. So that does move you over. Vicious strike. And that's the end. Alright. So that is the first fight with all 3 of these characters. We've got our tank, we've got some stuff that will let us move around so that we can use like the area attacks that some of these characters have, and the melee thing that has the 3 arrows can attack forward or to the next lane, but not 2 lanes over. So I guess this is melee only, and some of these attacks feel like they're melee because of who this character is, but are actually ranged. And then gain 1 power, gain 2 burns. So we've got this kind of set yourself on fire to get power thing. So this is retained, so we can hold it in our hand. Shield steal. Gain shield equal to 100% of the damage dealt to the target's health by this attack for Aurora. Let's go ahead and take the challenge for Leon so that we're balancing out our respective decks. So I'm going to add this, and then we have 10, 11, and 11. And a battle here, which blocks out this other site. Elite battles are tougher battles, but yield much better rewards. Sure. They come with various objectives, but more about that later. Normal and hard elite enemies have a passive ability that makes them a challenging foe to battle. Luckily, these are easy elites, and they don't have any passives, because this is still the tutorial area. You will get an artifact, as well as drawing a new ability. Elite Ferocious Iron Claw and Razor Fang. Okay, so we got a big bear, got a big wolf. Quick, stand behind me. We must slay these elite enemies in order to move forward in the tutorial. Rawr. I'll burst right through them. You can count on me. Ultimate meter. Each 1 AP spent by heroes and enemies adds a fury to the ultimate meter. Once the meter is full, the characters will have access to a powerful ultimate ability that will deplete the fury meter at no cost to AP to cast. Yeah, why do the enemies, like, so we've got Anthro, are the enemies like, oh, they've lost their personhood? Or do we have this weird thing where there's like foxes, there's furry foxes and non-furry foxes, where like Goofy the dog owns Pluto the dog? So this gives vulnerable, which I probably want to apply right away. So let's go ahead and give vulnerable here, and you are going to gain 3 resilience, reduces damage received by 1 per stack. All stacks decay at the end of the turn. Okay. So this is, instead of defense where it is just purely ablative, resilience reduces damage from each attack during that turn, but then all stacks decay. So if you have resilience 3, the next turn, if I attacked for three different times, it would do 0 because this enemy has 3 resilience. That's my guess here. All right, you've got the 4 defense, but you're going to be taking 9 here. Take 4 damage, apply 2 burn. Yeah, I definitely learned the word ablative from reading, and I don't remember when it was that I learned the pronunciation that I use. I think it's a fine pronunciation, but I honestly could not say because hashtag early reader, advanced reader problems, like learning a bunch of words from comics. Alright, so we're gonna move you over, well, because that's a lot of damage. I'm gonna taunt you, and then we're gonna do some damage in an area like that. And then do 4 damage. Okay, so what if I move like that, and then you do that, and then so you have 4 damage. Let's do 4 damage right there. So he's going to tank some of this damage. This enemy is just buffing itself, and you've got 1 energy left over. Okay, that's a hit for Leon. So this enemy is going to do 5 damage in an area, so it would also damage Aurora. And you're going to gain 9 shield, and you've got this 3 resilience. So I guess I'm going to do this, and then taunt. Except then you attacking me means that it moves over to everybody, so I'm going to move here. And now, why are you taking 5? I taunted you. Weren't you taunted? You should have been taunted. Huh. Interesting. Alright, well, gain some shield. And gain some shield again. Okay, there we go. And give you some burn? No, I cannot give you some burn. And then move over here so that then you're not taking damage. And we're gonna do, oh right, because you have the resilience 3, so those are all just doing nada. And everybody is out of energy, so that's gonna be that. Okay, and now this enemy has their ult, and they're gonna go on a killing spree. Deal 10 damage, Dispel. Dispel removes all buffs from an enemy. So if Aurora had stuff that made her stronger or whatever, that would go away. But I have that. Gonna give you some burn. And we're gonna dash over here. We're gonna pummel. And that enemy is in the middle. So let's get some radiant armor so that you are immune. And Pyro Burst. Deal 14 damage, apply stun, expend. 14, so that 14 would take you out before you did your killing spree. And you are gonna do 7 damage and Sunder. Sunder is reduces all incoming shield and healing by 50% for 1 turn, not stackable. So you can't get Sunder 2, Sunder 3, Sunder 4. Sunder is a toggle. You are sundered or not. So So you can do 14, 17, and then 19, 21. So I can take this enemy out. And then you are going to take nothing because you have immune. So let's do Pyro Burst over here. Nice. And then Lunge. And then a Dual Strike. Okay. So this enemy is going to attack, but you have immune. And we have your ult, but we're going to wait on that. Leon is not impressed because of cool things. So let's do... I just want to dash here. And so we're going to do damage. We're going to move you over, and we're going to draw your ult, and then you're going to do your big pounce attack that has that cool picture. So that was an elite fight. Artifacts are powerful equipment cards that can be equipped and removed at any time. They grant your heroes bonus effects and make them stronger. So we got some gold, a lot of gold. So this is equipment. I'm guessing equipment has to be assigned to an individual character, so let's think about which characters could use which of these. Gain 1 resilience whenever you dash or teleport. I believe that he dashes with intercept. That's 2 cards that he has. And then you have a fair amount of dash. You have dash on pounce, you have dash on lunge. So these greaves would be decent for either Milady or Leon. Woodchime, restore 4 health whenever you play your ultimate. That might be good for Leon as the tank. And then Hunting Rifle, your last card in hand always deals critical damage. I don't know what critical damage is. Okay. I'm guessing we're using the rarity scheme from most MMOs where green is common and blue is uncommon or rare. So let's take those pleated greaves, and then we get to draft a card for somebody. Retain, deal 6 damage, shield steal. Rippling Force. Cleave, deal 4 damage to an area. 1 might, gain 1 card. Let's actually take that courage card, because I think might is going to be handy here. Essence. Essence is gathered by defeating battles during your run. Whenever your party reaches 5 essence, you'll be able to increase the AP of one of your heroes. Regular battles give 1 essence, elites give 2, and shard battles give 3. So, can I make you redraw better? So now Milady's redraw is 3, which is equal to the others, but she's not going to get more energy per turn because I spent the thing on something else. So let's give courage to you. Yep. Because you also have this thing where when you play an elemental card, you get a bonus. But let's give this to Leon, so he's get that extra resilience. So he will have the tankiness. Nun Shrine. Pray to your spirits to gain permanent upgrades for your heroes. Shrines allow you to choose one of 3 blessings of 1 color. Blessings are powerful effects that apply to your entire party for the rest of the run. So again, this is a roguelike, so we'll have distinct runs of the game. I don't know exactly how long they are. You can interact with the icons to find out what a blessing does. So lethality. So with this, you shuffle 1 lethality card in all heroes' draw piles at the start of battles, and lethality is free and it applies a vulnerable as a ranged attack. Charisma, prices at vendors are reduced by 20%, so you can shop better. Your heroes gain 1 resilience at the start of each turn. So that's promising because it would stack with the resilience that Leon gets from the Greaves, because each resilience takes a damage off of every hit. And this resilience is the start of every turn, so every hero will take 1 damage less from everything. Or we can do a bunch of vulnerability. I think because we've got 2 squishier characters, I'm inclined to take resilience. May Iluna and Zakar watch over us. This blessing will greatly help us in our journey. We shall get some rest before the final battle. Phew, I can use a cat nap. Capital. Restore health or upgrade cards for gold. We go. Every province has a capital at the center of it. Here you can restore health to your whole team or upgrade ability cards for a small fee. So, there's a capital. For 200 gold, we can restore 20 health on all heroes. So, you could use that. Milady could stand to get the 20 health back. But everybody else is basically fine. 42 of 48, 59 of 64. Or we could upgrade a card for 200. I'm going to live dangerously and try to upgrade a card. We'll see if that bites me. So... Okay, so the challenge, when I mouse over, the upgraded version is this version over on the left that has the green text and the plus to say, oh, this is the upgraded version. You gain 2 might and draw 1 card. So 2 might is good because might increases damage dealt by 1 per stack. All stacks decay. Okay, if this were a decay by 1 per turn, then the difference between 1 might and 2 would be really big because you get 2 might the first turn and then 1 might the second turn. So Flesh Egg goes up to 6, Dash goes up to 5, Multi-Strike goes from 2 damage to 3 damage. Deals 6 damage in an area. Let's go ahead and do a Solar Blast upgrade because it's an area attack, and I've been giving some love to both Milady and Leon, and I want to try to balance things out because that's most likely to be what the game wants us to do, so that I'm not leaning too heavily on any one character. That's something that came up a lot in Trials of Fire. I would just end up with one of my 3 characters that was super stacked with a bunch of like good gear or something, and then the way that the game worked, I could discard other characters' cards to give the energy for that stacked character. This game, each character has their own action point pool, so that like stack it all on one character like that approach doesn't really seem like it's going to work well in this game unless I get specific abilities that will let me like trade AP between characters. This is it, guys. Let's cleanse this land from corruption once and for all. I stand beside you. Charge! Oh god. And we go. It's a shard battle. Defeat a super elite villain. Gain 1 artifact and 2 abilities. A pack leader is nothing without its pack. Fenrir and his kin circle a wounded man clutching a wound at his side. Unless you put yourself at risk by moving to protect him, the wolves are certain to finish him off. Shard battles feature 1 super elite enemy with deadly abilities and passive ability. They are the most rewarding battles and yield powerful heirloom artifacts for your team. Defeat the super elite to win the battle. So, if we move to protect the man, we will unlock a loot cache, but Pack Leader Fenrir gains Soul Stealer mutation. So they add this card to their deck probably. All abilities gain 50% lifesteal from direct damage. So let's try to be heroic and protect the wounded man. So that gives an upgrade to the enemy. That's also interesting because it lets you scale the difficulty of your enemies depending on whether you're going to take these optional choices. So the enemy has all of these abilities. Deals 50% extra damage when below 50% health. Deal 14 damage for 2, and Dispel. Dispel gets rid of buffs, which would be like Might. Gain a bunch of shield, do damage, or multi-strike. Okay? And then we can edit our own deck, but I don't know that I really need to do that. So let's go ahead and try this Elite Shard Battle. So they're in Elite, they're outlined as in gold here. And all abilities gain 50% lifesteal from direct damage, and deals 50% extra damage when below 50% health. So this is not active yet, but that will be. So they're going to do 11 damage and then gain 5 health back. So I need to be aware of that. I can, however, pummel this enemy, and so now all the damage is coming in against Leon. And we're going to do... Can I do that? No, I can't. I can only do this. I can do this damage in the area, which hits both of them. But that means that I can't use this shield thing, which I probably should have, because that's now Leon's going to take a bunch of damage. I could taunt, because you've got the resilience, and what's your ability again? Okay, the Greaves show up here on this ability list, which is nice for keeping track of things. Gain 2 shields whenever you play an Arcana card. Okay, so if we... Lunge is dash. So we're going to go over here. We're going to do this. And now you're going to take a bunch of damage, which is not that great. So let's go ahead and have Leon shift over. And so he'll tank that damage. You are going to do 9 damage on attack, so let's gain that shield. And... so this echoes, right? So when you play it, it duplicates. So we could get another echo, but I'm going to go ahead and do a fireball over here to this pack leader. Now, I'm going to want to be really careful about when I take this enemy down to 35 damage, which is 50% of its health, where it then gets that damage bonus. You've got nothing left. You've got 1 energy, but I don't know that I want to move her over there because she has more shields. So let's go ahead and call that there. Bit of damage coming in. And these enemies are also going to get Fury, so I need to keep track of that. Alright, so we've got this upgraded Solar Blast that I can throw here to do damage to everybody. And then you're going to do 5. You're going to gain shields, so I'm not going to take as much damage here. But you're going to attack here and here. So if I use... So I have lots of elemental things which give me might, but they're not going to give me the shields. So that means that if she's attacking with elemental, she can do this. She basically gets like escalating attack damage because she's gaining might every time she plays an elemental attack. So that's something to keep in mind. But these are all melee. Okay, let's go ahead and taunt there, because that draws me some cards, and now I can play these Arcana cards, which will give me some shields. And I have my ult already. So let's draw that, let's do the pounce on them, and I still have 1 energy. You're going to take damage from burn, which means that I can do my flesh strike here, and then you're out. Cool. So that's 1 enemy down. I'm going to want to get rid of this one, and then I can focus down this enemy, and I'm not going to be taking damage from the minions at the same time. So let's do the Solar Blast here. That doesn't matter because it's an area hit, and we're going to gain shield, and then we're going to do Crusader Strike, which hits both of them. You are taking nothing because this is an attack of 5. And that you have 5 shields, and then you're going to take some damage, or would take some damage, but I'm going to move you over here because you've got some shields. Okay. So this one upgrades, it builds up a bunch of defense, and now you've got your ult. So Killing Spree, 14 damage, and Dispel, so it would get rid of my nice buffs. So instead, I'm going to do a Pummel to taunt and bring that over here, and then we're going to do Crusader Strike and that. So this enemy's down to 3, and I can do that, which will KO that one. And now I'm going to start giving you burn with the energy that I have. So I should have done this to give you vulnerable early on, and then let's do the Dual Strike and another Dual Strike. Okay, so now the enemy is going to do plus 50% damage, but I have my ult with Leon, so he can gain immune. So this big hit for 14 that would actually be for 21 because they'd have this Feral Instinct bonus. That 21 damage comes in and does nothing because I have immune. Ta-da! Leon has a little stick remote, and so that immune goes away. That's 15 damage that would come in at Milady. So we're going to dash over here and get some shield. So now you would do that. I'm going to pummel here to do some damage. And I'm going to fireball. First 8. let's give you some burn. So you'll take 3 there. And I think I may be able to finish this. Because then I dash. There we are. So that's a boss fight. A shard battle. Because the moon is sending shards to destroy the Earth, right? Something like that. So Leon already has an artifact. Let's think about something for somebody else. So both of these are for Leon, but Royal Breastplate for Milady gain 2 extra shield whenever you play an Arcana card. So that takes it from 2 to 4. That sounds really good. And then 2 drafts. Deal 9 damage, deal critical damage if the enemy is targeting you. Counterattack. That sounds pretty good. Deal 11 damage. What is blind? Blind. Miss all cards that target enemies for 1 turn. Non-stackable. So I guess if an enemy is blinded, their attack will just miss. Which, that sounds pretty great. But this counterattack is also really good. And I have a lot of elemental cards, and I want to shift my balance a little bit more toward Arcana, because that gives Milady some sustain, especially because I just took that armor. So let's double check our decks here. We're at 10, 12, and 11. So she already has 12. So I'm gonna take this shield toss for Leon instead, I think. And now we get this one, so this is another draft. Power affects this card twice, and this is a greater fireball. Yeah, I think the 12 or 14 is the maximum number of cards you can have in your deck. So if I add this greater fireball, right? What's this? Cannot equip cards while in battle. Okay, sure. Let's finish that and then we'll go back. Restore health, yes. Wolves disperse and head for the shadows in the forest without their leader. It's doubtless that they're going to retreat and regroup. Best to keep your eyes open as you walk through the forests. Some might seek revenge. I still do not have an answer to the Kids Are Asleep's question about anthro and non-anthro animals in this game. Did it work? Did we save the world? Not yet. This is just the tutorial. I am afraid not. Destroying that vile shard of Umbra was just the beginning. Many more are scattered across Arzu and need to be found. With most of the shards destroyed, Archan will be weakened, and we will finally have a chance to defeat him for good. He is the end boss. No time to waste, my friends. Together, we will save Arzu. Congratulations, you have completed the tutorial. Da-da-da-da. There's a turtle friend. Okay, so we did a tutorial. Let's do 1 run at casual, and then I'll probably jump up to the next level pretty quickly. Looks like there are some other heroes to unlock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other heroes so far, and I think there's probably going to be a few more because this is an early access game. So if we do these 3, which are the ones that we have access to, we've got a lot of attack, a good amount of utility, not as much endurance, and not too difficult. I imagine that some of these characters are supposed to be more difficult to use, and so it's telling you, hey, be aware. What is this? Just rolling random? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Quick guide. Destroy Archon to win the run. You will automatically face Archon after defeating any province boss. Province bosses become available on the map only after reaching Cataclysm. Side objectives. Shard battles are the toughest battles on the map. They are optional but drop the best artifacts and cards. Finishing world quests is also a great way to gear up quickly. And then exploration. Explore the world freely and at your own pace. Stepping on any new tile, green highlight, will add 1 threat to the meter. Whenever you reach 30 threat, you will enter Cataclysm mode, right? Learn more about keywords by consulting their tooltips. Okay. So which starting province do we want? Scorchlands, Uzir, Anador. I think we just did Anador, basically. And this is Scorchland. Let's try the Golden Plains. Uzir is holden to elemental and light villains, like this, and then Void. Their arid deserts and vast wastelands, the dunes of Uzir hold untold treasures and dangers. Ancient civilizations have risen and fallen under the cruel conditions, leaving behind remnants of glory and haunted by specters of what was lost. That's a bunch of lore. I'm not going to read it all. Uzir does jewels. There's an ancient behemoth skeleton. There's a big horn. They do crafting. Okay, cool. Yeah, an adventure. Let's see how we can help. If you see a shard, burn it. Okay. So, world quests. Explore 10 tile. So we can re-roll these. These are like objectives, kind of side objectives that we've been given. Destroy 20 enemies to get gold. Explore 10 tiles to get an ability. Explore 10 tiles to upgrade one ability. Well, these go together pretty well, so let's go ahead and accept them for now. And these are all the shards. And the map is pretty big. So remember, we can only explore 30 tiles before stuff starts to become like the end boss fight. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and do this first fight, and then we'll wander around for some of this other stuff. Yeah, I think it's 30 tiles means that I think each of these runs is not going to be too long, unless there's like something after the world boss, or that the world boss fight is really long. But we'll see. There may be later scenarios where the threat pool is larger, and so you could have a longer scenario, a longer run. So again, we've got an anthro snake and just like a monster scorpion. So everybody is back to their base deck. Oh, you've got 3 redraws, so maybe not. Or maybe the scenario is just limited in that way. What's this? This is the quest log. Okay, cool. So you're going to apply 3 burn. You're going to do multi-strike 3, 3x2, or 2x3. Alright, so let's pummel and taunt. Let's get in an area. Oh, I should be checking for your vulnerability thing. Okay. So, fireball, and why don't you burn? Make me burn, why do you? And then you can dash. So yeah, let's dash over here because you'll get armor. Cool. So you will still take some burn, but this enemy is very close to dead. You're gonna take some damage. But that's okay. I think you'll probably be fine. And that's the blessing that we get. So we got all this gold to begin with. Cool. So, bring it on. Do some burn. Do some hits. And you're going to do damage and get rid of my positive status. So I would take burn here. So let's just take you out. Oh, I could have done this and saved her energy. So let's... Ta-da. Dash. Attack. And we're going to do burn to you so that you're going to get KO'd. And you have your ult, which means that you can dash and do a bunch of damage, and you'll take a little bit, but getting to do that big attack on turn 2 is pretty nice. Okay, this enemy has 9 left. So, oh, okay. I can't do a fireball across 2 lanes, so let's just attack. We lunge, we dash, we strike. Fence, 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 fence. There we go. Okay, so that's a fight. Get some gold. We've got a nice stash of gold here, and our first draft for these characters. Buckshot, so this is a world with guns. Of some sort. So retain and gain 1 resilience for 1. Or gain 1 power and the burn thing. Combo is if a card of the same color has been previously played by any character this turn. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and take that buckshot. And we're going to give this buckshot to you because, again, you've still got all these 2-cost cards. And that's another fight, so let's go... We can go over here and then loop around this way. So, event. The Old Sandwich. Quilts, rugs, brush, sticks, whatever could be found has been hobbled together, or maybe cobbled together, into a fine tent-like structure. Smells of cooking herbs and vegetables come wafting out to meet you. A sandy old witch comes bustling out of the tent flap. I can offer you some protection from the winds if you can offer me something for my tent. It's built entirely from generous folks like you. Okay, let's request a short incantation which will duplicate a non-legendary ability of your choice. So, why don't we duplicate this buckshot because it combos with itself nicely. Burbling, gargled words come out pouring out of her in a language you're pretty sure she made up. Isolation is fun. Too real, game. Too real. Suddenly you feel the hairs on your arms standing on end. Then they solidify, providing an unexpected protection. Well, let's give you buckshot so that we can combo between the 2 characters. And... okay, I guess... yeah, do I have to go adjacent? It doesn't look like I have to go adjacent. So let's go here. Void power. So this is a blessing. Void cards. Yes, I don't have void cards. Dispel all enemies at the start of the turn. Increases chance to encounter an elusive. I don't know what that is. Let's find out. And we'll collect some cards. Let's get cards for Leon. Holster. Reduces the cost of this card by 1 AP for each enemy targeting you. Nice. And Cleanse removes all debuffs. So let's get... oh, do I get all of these? Oh, that's rad. Okay. So I wouldn't need to... or every time I do that, I'll get 3, which means I quickly will get the ability to filter out cards in my deck that I would rather not have there. That's pretty cool. Unlock for capital. Trainer. Yep, missing trainer. We get an ability as by way of thanks. Searing Beam, Touche. Alright, I'm gonna try the, like, self-burn thing with Aurora and see if we can do some... if we can apply some stuff that will make it less of a problem. Shock deals 1 light damage per stack to adjacent enemies on hit. All stacks decay at the end of turn. Okay, so you apply shock and then you do, kind of like in Trials of Fire, where if you keep hitting them, it will do damage to people around them. I've got 283 gold. So, yeah, let's get Bottled Lightning. And I think that's going to be all for now, because there's other things we can spend gold on. So we're going to go to you and give you Bottled Lightning and Searing Beam. Buy new artifacts, something else we can spend money on. So let's go to this event. Abzar's Bazaar. As you wander around the city of Abzar to resupply, you stumble into a fragrant and colorful market, fruits, fabrics, and spices. The crowd seems cheerful, as if the presence of Archon had no effect on them. So we can get some health back. That sounds pretty good. Get 1 of 3 random artifacts. Yeah, let's get some fruits and water. So now we're at 64 of 80, 60 of 70, 56 of 60. The merchant smiles at you at the sight of your gold and bows in return. So let's go do that fight, because it's blocking things. We have Elite Sand Elemental, Elite Skaros Tamer, and Elite Jakir Hunter. We'll get an artifact and an ability. Gains 1 power and a splash whenever one of its allies is destroyed. Okay. So that's a permanent ability, so if I get rid of you first, you won't get that power, but you also have the most health. You're going to apply Weak, which I'd rather not do, because she gets Might. And you're going to do 3 damage by 3. And bolster. This gets... Okay, because there's an enemy targeting, we're going to get a shield for free, which is pretty great. And we're going to taunt for you, and defend a bunch, because he doesn't need to do as much damage. It's kind of not his deal. Let's do Bottled Lightning, and a Solar Blast. It will hit everybody. And now you are lightninged, which means, does Dual Strike hit the lightning twice? It does. Very good. So, this shock is meaning that I'm doing damage to everybody, because I put it on the person who's in the middle. So, combo. Good combo times. And then everybody is done. So, she's going to take a larger hit. But I'm burning down his enemies kind of all at once. Shield, 0 damage. So he has 3 weak, which means he's just not going to be doing damage, and that's fine. So let's... What are you doing? You are doing apply for burning area. So let's go over here, and you're going to do some shielding. And you're going to just, save that energy. You do 4 damage in an area. And then some burn to you. You're going to give yourself shields. And so we're going to do that to gain some might, and then we're going to go over here and hammer on you, and then you get your ult, which means I can finish you off. And then I'm going to save your energy. So that enemy burns a bunch, which is nice. And so they're going to get their ult here. Gain 9 shield in an area, so that's going to shield them. This villain cannot be affected by crowd control. So this is a, what? Elusive enemy. Picking whatever treasures it can from the fallen enemy before it runs away. Got it. Leave from battle at the end of the round. Does not count toward battle objectives. So I'm guessing if I take out this enemy, then maybe I get to keep more of the treasure. But I'm not sure. Well, I guess you, because you gain 9, and then you're going to deal a bunch of damage. So let's do that. Let's do cleanse. We'll get rid of all the burn that we were going to be taking. And can we do 32 to you in one turn? I don't know that we can. So that's 8. If I do elemental first, I'll get a might bonus. So 8, 10, 12, 17, and then 22. So I don't think I could take this enemy out entirely in one turn, so I'm not going to bother trying. And so, got a dash. Do that. We're going to give you more burn. I'm going to dash over here. We're going to do some multi-strike. And then you're going to challenge. And this would be doing me a bunch of damage. So let's get Radiant Armor so that you could become immune. So you burn a bunch. This enemy runs away. And he's still looking pretty good. That's going to be a bunch of damage coming in. So let's see if we can take this hunter out entirely. So I'm going to taunt you first. You do vulnerable. So if someone has played this, let's give some fire, and then this should do critical damage. Critical damage doubles the damage dealt. Cool, good to know. That, and that finishes you. So now Buckshot will be critical, and a Searing Beam. If you are dead, I can't take my burn damage. So that looks good. Some money. Artifact. Ooh, look at this. Skaros Hauberk. Deal 2 light damage when an enemy deals damage to you. That might be good for Leon because he's taking all this aggro. Or Brass Knuckles for Milady, who has multi-strike. Short Sword. Draw 1 card the first time you play a melee card in a turn. Well, that's all of that is pretty nice. We're going to take the Brass Knuckles and Lava Torrent. Retain, apply 3 burn. Gain 1 shield per burn on the target. Okay. And shield is just the standard defense. Yes, okay. Yeah, I think Lava Torrent is a good call here. Let's equip there. And then we've got a card, so we're going to add that. And I'm going to take off... Fireball does not give burn, so I'm going to take out 1 fireball. Restore health or upgrade cards. Now let's go to an oracle. What's that like? Oracles can see deep into the history of an object and unlock its true potential. They can also see beyond that which exists and find a new purpose for any undesired objects. Upgrade 1 chosen card, transmute 1 artifact into a new artifact of a higher rarity, transmute 1 ability into a new ability of a higher rarity. Well, let's try that. So these are one of these cards. Ability, so it's any of these. What if... Sorry if you got a little bit of a flicker there. Yeah, let's try to upgrade one of these fireballs. So it transmutes and turns into something else. Axe throw deal 6 damage, and that only costs 1. Or try. Yeah, let's take the axe throw. And go over here and put that in your deck. And we've got Buckshot, Searing Beam. So we're going to take out one of these Solar Blasts to get you back down to 12. Okay, so we're at 6 threat. And there's a fight over here, Defense Elite Battle. Survive for 4 rounds. Plus 50% enemy HP. Okay, we've got a camp that we can go to soon there. So it is just 1 threat per tile that I move to. We've got a Mender, so you're probably a healer. And then we've got the other 2 enemies. So we need to just survive here. So it's unlikely that we will kill all of these enemies. Or if we do, they might bring in new ones. Hey, hot stuff. Oh, haha, not you. I was talking about me. I'm the hot stuff. Applies cleanse and a splash upon being destroyed. Okay, so if I take you out, you're going to get rid of my buffs. Deal 7 damage and Sunder. Sunder says reduce all incoming shield and healing. So that would not be great. Honestly. And you are doing 6 damage and Dispel. Dispel removes all buffs. So we're going to go over here and then do all of this because it doesn't matter if she loses her shield so much. But then, if I'm in the middle, I can do these Crusader Strikes. And we're going to go ahead and gain a bunch of shields. And then some that, and give you some broken. Give you some more broken. Take some health, and you are sundered. So I want to taunt you, so you're trying to burn me. And cleanse. I don't really need the cleanse, so I'm just gonna gain a bunch of shield here. So he's not taking anything just yet, but he probably will still take the burn. Let's do Solar Blast over here to everybody. And that's gonna do 10 damage there. I don't know that I have anything else that's going to... and you've got your ult, so let's do 10 damage there. And Aurora's going to take a big hit, and I have to last a few more turns. And then you get burned, so I'm going to want to get that cleanse card on him, which I did not draw this turn, unfortunately. So let's burn you. Let's do the shock here, then we get that nice thing. I'm gonna hit there, and then the extra shock damage, so this enemy is respawning next turn. Got it. So let's do combo, because that gives us a nice crit. And then, let's see, you are doing 7 in an area. So we're gonna dash. And then I'm going to taunt, which spares you that area damage. And then you'll get radiant armor, so you become immune. And let's do some more damage here. Okay, cool. And now you're not even doing that damage. So you're gonna take some damage, as are you. Nobody has energy to run around, unfortunately. So these enemies come back. And I have to survive one more turn. You're doing burn, you're doing hex. Hex deals 1 void damage per stack at the end of each turn, then decays by 1 stack. So it's kind of like a poison ability, right? So I'm going to give you a bunch of burn, and then I gain shields. And I get this ult, deal 14 damage, apply stun, expend. Who do I want to stun? I'm going to stun you, because you're going to burn something. That way, you don't play any cards. And then, I'm going to play that on you to do a bunch of damage. And you're going to do damage and hex. So let's do some shield. And now I'm just going to hit you, basically. 5 damage, and you got a bunch of defense, so let's just lay into this enemy and pounce and lunge some more. So you're stunned, you're gonna attack and hex. Survive 4 rounds. We did it! I get gold. And this Hauberk showed up again. All minions on the board restore 3 health at the start of the turn. I haven't seen minions yet. Those are like summon cards. I don't know that any of these characters are going to have minions. There might be neutral minions. Your cards can target any lane. I like this for Aurora because of all her ranged attacks. Rocket Jump. Dash and draw 1 card. There's Rocket Jump in this game, everybody. It's a good game. Retain, deal damage, draw a card, taunt. Or Shockwave to just deal 6 damage in melee. I'm going to take the dual card for Milady here. Because there may be times that I do want to pull some pressure off of somebody else. Alright, we're at 64 of 80, 48 of 70, 30 of 60. I can do other things to get heal. So I'm gonna take her AP up because she's got so many attacks that cost 2. And then you've got dual 12, 11, 12. Okay. Elite battle. There. This was healing over here. Restore 20 health to all party members. That sounds good. Upgrade your spirits to gain permanent upgrades. Have I already done this one? Doesn't look like I have. Fury. Generates 1 AP per... Oh, right. You get their ult faster. Wrath. Deal 10 damage and expend. Right on. To all heroes draw piles. Yeah, let's draw Wrath. Okay, we're at 9. So let's go over here and loot. Is anyone hot around here? It's a loot crate. So this is an energy. It's an item. Okay, items I'm guessing are consumables. Firestorm Ballista. The first card you play each turn deals critical damage. Very nice. Apply 1 burn whenever you hit an enemy. I think I probably want this for Aurora, because I'm already doing burn with her. Very nice. What did I get? I got an item, so... Potion of Energy. Okay, items I guess are maybe for everybody. And let's go here to do a fight. I think after this fight I'm going to take a break, because that will let me stretch and refill my water. So we're keeping track of all of these things over here, which is very nice. Alright, so we get these Wrath cards in our decks, and we draw one right away. So you're going to do damage and apply Hex. You're going to do Multi-Strike. You're going to apply Burn. Breaks. Lava Torrent. So I don't have anything else that gives me Burn just yet. Yeah. So I'm going to... Yeah, let's burn you, because that gives me shields, which means I'm not going to take as much damage. What? I guess you get shields based on the amount of burn they had before you did the attack? That's slightly unclear. Let's fly that here, because then we get this nice combo. And Buckshot will crit, because there's been a elemental attack already. Fuel Strike, which is nice because it does a lot of electricity. And Wrath over here will also hit everybody. This is 5. This is Burn. So I'm going to taunt you, and then I'm going to get a bunch of shield, because you have that power that gives you Cleanse, so if you take that burn, you're not going to be in as much trouble. And I have that item to gain Fury. Okay. That's where those go. Okay. So you have Burn and Hex, so I'd very much like to draw my thing that does Cleanse, which I did not, unfortunately. So now you've got 5 energy, more than you can use by a lot, honestly. So Scorch, and more Scorch, and Hex, so you're going to take 14, and you have 26, so if I do 12 to you, you're done. So I go here. You take 14, so I just need to do 1 more here, and then an ult, and now I'm going to dash back over here, and you're vulnerable. I'm going to give you that, and then I'm going to do that attack, which also hits you. Okay. So this enemy should die before they get to attack. I think that's how Order of Operation works here. It does. And then you take another hit. And burning for everybody. Is not great, honestly. Bolster, so 3 bolster for you. Wrath, let's do that. And that burn means you're going to be out. And that goes over here. Alright, so I'm going to do this damage here, and then you're going to run over, and then he's going to dash back in to do defense. Multi-strike, crochet, and then you run over to defend. Because you should die before you get to do your attack, and you get your ult, so now you get damage. Combos, everyone. Combos. Alright, and so I've still got some burn on these folks. You get to cleanse, get rid of all that stuff. For 1 here, deal 10. jump over. There we go. Enemies scurry away. Gold and an ability. So you do, for 2, you deal 9 damage and taunt, and it has echo, so it duplicates itself. Immolation, retain, consume up to 4 burn on the enemy, deal 4 damage per burn consumed. Yeah, let's continue Aurora's burn build here. So we're going to Lava Torrent. No, I want to keep that, but maybe this axe throw will go away. Well, I guess I've got Immolation. 13 is still fine. And we're almost at 30 minutes for this run, which is this first run after the tutorial. And so now I'm going to jump over and I'm going to do my back in a minute as I go and take a quick break. I would encourage you to do so as well. And then I will see you back in a couple minutes with more Arcanium. Hello, I'm back. This screen is still paused because that's how it works when I tab away from it. So now we're good. I'm going to switch back real quick to tweet this thing that I prepped and so that I can see chat. And now here we are. Yeah. Permanent upgrade sounds good. And then we'll do a shard battle. Restore 3 health to your heroes after each battle. That sounds great. Gold gain from enemies increased by 20%. Light cards deal 25% extra damage. All of these are pretty great, but I want Fortitude because that gives me a lot of sustain, and it may mean that other tiles where I would normally be required to, I'd need to do heals, I could instead gain a different bonus. Okay. Shard battle. Planestalker Amira. Enemy info. So you've got a bunch of burn and gains 2 power and a splash whenever one of its allies is destroyed. And a bunch of damage and stun. Okay, so that's just pretty rough. The encampment is under siege when you arrive. Amira, a well-known planestalker for the prince, leads the attack. A couple minions eye your point curse. Maybe they might help with the battle if you throw them some. Hire goons to protect the Oracle. Unlock an Oracle, but Planestalker Amira gains Apex Predator mutation. All abilities gain Fixate. Target's lowest health hero. Yeah, let's unlock an Oracle. I've got a fair amount of taunt. We'll see how bad of an idea that turns out to be. I point, my pets do the rest. So you're targeting her, and we have an Oracle. What is that gonna be? Super Elite. So defeat the Super Elite to save the area. So we can just focus on this one, but these other enemies are pretty beefy. I don't know what the Oracle is, honestly. Okay. Well, I can't claim the reward just yet. I could have done that before this fight. Essence. Right, Essence is the upgrade thing. Okay. Well, you're gonna do burn. Applies a cleanse and a splash. Apply burn. Interesting. I'm trying to decide whether I want to try to burn down this boss first, where I think I can just defeat this one enemy, and that's the end of the fight. But if I do that, I'm going to be taking attacks or having to deal with the abilities from each of these enemies the whole time. Well, 2 enemies doing burn seems like a big problem for me, honestly. So, I'm gonna attack you. Can I taunt you? I can. Okay, that's good. So your Fixate can be taunted. So I can crit you. I can do that 10 for free. Then I can do this, which hits everybody. And you're fine for now, because you're then later going to get taunted. So we're going to do that, and we gain might, and we attack, and we gain shields. And that was 40 damage in 1 turn. Okay, that seems like it could be doable. Ooh, 12 burn is a lot. Okay, cool, I did get my cleanse power, so do that. You're not taking burn. I give you burn. Don't have anything else that gives you burn. I'm going to gain shields. And then you're still going to, I'm going to taunt over here. And do damage in an area. So we dual strike. And then we lunge. And then we dual strike again. And you've got your ult. So we'll do that. You're down to 130. We're all gonna take some damage. Now that's 8 burn on the lady, which is not great. Consume up to 4 burn on the enemy, deal 4 damage per burn. Okay, so that's going to be 16. Do I have something to make you vulnerable first? No, I don't think that I do. Oh, let's give you shock then. So that then this does all cool stuff. So you're down to 104. We'll draw an ult. We're going to stun you, which is great. And then we're going to apply some more burn. Damage for free. Money for nothing, and damage for free. Taunt doesn't matter because you are stunned. What are you doing? You're doing 5 damage in an area. Well, I'll definitely need some healing after this, but look, I've got the Planestalker down to 39. So my focusing it, I think the focus strategy here does seem like it's paying off. Okay, we're gonna bolster. We're gonna taunt. We're gonna get shields. We're gonna heal strike you. We're gonna flèche. We're gonna lunge. We have 4, so we can just do burn and fireball. You get your ult, so you can pounce and finish off. Cool. And we're super elite. That is what I was hoping for. Beating the super elite finishes the battle, so I don't have to kill the others. Gold and an artifact, Duelist's Rapier, so that's going to be a Milady thing. Gain 1 extra might whenever you play an elemental card. Oh wow, that doubles that stacking. The way that the Royal Blessed Fate doubles the Arcana stacking. Deal 25% extra damage per enemy targeting you. Wow, that all sounds great. You have, what do we have? We have. So you've got 2, you've got 1, and you've got 0. So why don't I give you that Crusader's Blade? And ability, deal 20 damage. Power affects this card twice. Wow. Deal 15 damage and apply vulnerable. Bolster, gain 1 immune. Bolster, reducing for each enemy that is targeting you. Yeah, well, I think I like that. And we've got this. Luminous Aegis, or Aegis. Retain taunt in an area, draw 3 bolster cards from your draw pile. Wow. Multi-strike 4, deal 2 damage in an area. Consume all burn on you, gain 3 shield. This is what I'm looking for. That lets me turn that burn that's coming on me. So here's Archon, who's the big boss, big bad. So you've destroyed a shield. I'm impressed. However, it will be your last. Growly, growly. So we save the Oracle, and we get a big heal, which is excellent. Okay, so now we get this extra thing. That's what we got from taking on the extra challenge. Transmute an ability, transmute an artifact. Let's upgrade 2 random cards. Cool, yeah. And now we can arrange our deck a bit. We're gonna add that. So you're at 13. You could have a full deck. That gives you 14, and you are still fine. What? Oh, I have an artifact, right. Did I not equip this? Yes. Crusader's Blade for you. Alright, we're at 13 threat. So why don't we start branching out to some of these undiscovered areas. We'll go over here to do an event. Flex Fortress. An eclectic pile of rugs. Oh, okay, so this is the Flex Fortunes. Move gold. Yeah, I'm not gonna sneak in. I've got gold. So we upgrade several cards. Very nice. And let's go do a battle. we got some creepy crawlies. Looks like some poison spidery types. Spiders get a bad rap. They're like, ooh, the poison enemies. See, look. Caring for Aranax's offspring is my duty and my pride. They're cool spiders. Like Lucas. Lucas the spider is cool. Brood mending. So you are hatch surrogate, brood sentinel, brood sentinel. You're going to attack 5 in an area, 5 in an area. Bolster. Taunt you. And then attack in an area. So let's do Wrath, Buckshot for more. And you are just giving yourself a bonus here, so we'll go ahead and attack you. And so you have 8 left, and you're going to take 5 from burn. And then you're going to take some damage from the splash here. Okay, now this enemy is going to die from burn. So, let's do UC burn. And a fireball. And then we'll turn all your burn into damage. Gain some immune. You're dealing multi-strike damage. You've got immune, but you don't have taunt. You don't have any taunt abilities just right now. But that enemy isn't doing anything. So I'm going to dash you over here and put some hits in. And now you get your ult, so you're going to do another big attack. You don't need to do this taunt. That's right, over here, thank you. Okay, it checks the burn before the burn is applied. It's good to know. 24 damage. Let's move over here. So we're gonna dash and then move here and then do all of this goodness. Let's do a bunch of things. Let's move over here and then draw the ult so that you can immune. Takes a little from your attack in an area, but then we're gonna do some multi-strike and some more multi-strike. There we go. The root of the problem, 3 of 20. Oh, I should claim the mission quest. Hit an extra time per enemy targeting you. Okay. Retain, deal 6 damage, dispel. Bolster, deal 8 damage, gain 1 power. I'm gonna take that, but I'm not sure about using it just right now, honestly. Okay, essence upgrade. I want your redraw to go up because I want you to have taunts when I need you to. So let's upgrade an ability. Extra shields. Better taunt. 12 is pretty good. 16 damage. 6 for 3 shock. Let's get one of those shield things upgraded. Did I do it? Okay, alright, that's done. Back. Post. And explore 10 tiles. Yep. Okay, I'm not sure what all that is doing, or how that's working. Alright, 55 of 74. Yeah, let's go over here and heal. And then let's do this fight, because it's blocking things. Assault, battle, defeat any 3 enemies. Artifact and ability. So these enemies are definitely getting tougher here, as we see by their health totals. Because I'm guessing that that's because the threat level is going up. And that's fine, because I'm getting all these upgrades, right? So we consume burn, gain burn, do burn. Gain 10 shield cleanse, apply 7 burn. Okay. So you get immune. And let's do... I'm gonna go here, and then all of that. Do stuff in an area. It's gonna apply burn, so I'm gonna move you back over here to defend. You're gonna get burn. And then I'm gonna take a bunch, and then I'm going to turn that into immolate. So then she's gonna get some burn. Everybody's defending a bunch. And you get burn, so I need you to get your cleanse. Which you did not get this turn, but you do get the bolster. Okay, so Pyromania. I get a bunch of shields and all that burn goes away, and I shock you. So I hit here. And then I hit there. Taunt. Shield. Ult. Dash. That means she's going to take a bunch of damage. I did not do enough for you to die. I don't have the energy to move him, so that was less wise. But I feel okay. You getting that broken thing is not great, so we're gonna need Leon to step over here. Apply 5 burn, and then gain 1 shield, so you'd gain 2 shields for this. But first, let's do that. And then we'll do Lava Torrent, and then you get Dark Shot. And then you get this. You apply damage in the area. 8 and Hex, Multi-Strike. So let's stun you. Taunting, and we're shielding, and we're immune, and then that knocks you out. Okay, I'm going to save your energy for next turn because I don't want you to take this hit. Because you got that immune. And that is nicer. So you do that, and then you riposte, and you're going to do twice, yes. And then strike. 10. We're going to intercept here. And then oh, you only have one, so area damage, wrath, fireball, 15, and you got 15 fire, so that should finish you off. And you don't have the energy to do more, so you're just going to take one more big hit. Ouch. Alright, so here's the one that wants to steal things, so I don't know that I can. I'm going to focus over here. Bolster. Burn. Alright, so you're going to dash over to do some attacks. Let's do your ult as soon as possible because it applies vulnerable. We'll attack again. And then I'm going to pummel and taunt so this comes back over to here instead. And then you're going to do damage in an area. And this throw again. Let's go ahead and give you that so that you can then do this and stun. Because an item that is not used, like in a Final Fantasy game, you get to the end of the game and you don't have the item, you still have the item, and you never used it, and you could have used it earlier, because later on in the game, you get much more powerful items, so. What is it? There's some other game the other games I've been playing recently, you're really rewarded for using items all the time, and Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice by FromSoft, it's kind of a Souls game, but it's not technically a Souls game. And its consumable items, I keep hearing from a lot of people that they suggest using them very actively, and even with that advice, I have not been using them as actively as I really ought to be. So let's get to burn. Just do a bunch of stuff here. Cool, that's all done. I don't have any cards that heal my people yet. I bet there's probably some heroes that do that. Gain 2 shield whenever you play a light card. Apply shock. Who has what? Who's got artifacts? You have 2, you have 1, and you have 1. Okay. Other people don't have light cards though. How about a Scaros sword for Milady? Can you not use that? Who can use it? Wait, what? Cannot equip the cards while in battle. Okay, sure. Oh, because I have this ability to draw. Romania, do I want a second one of that to keep on consuming my burn? I don't know that I do. Oh, here's a light card for you. 5 and blind in an area. So his bolster reduces 1 for each enemy targeting you. So I would need probably 2 enemies targeting him to be able to use it easily until I upgrade his AP. Blind in an area is pretty good though. Yeah, let's go for it. Because we're going to go over here. Your deck is almost full. We're going to do Light of Dawn, artifacts, Scaros sword for you, and we have 2 essence. So if I get more essence, I can give him another AP, and it makes that big light power much more likely to be able to trigger. So this is a survive several turns. Survive, right? Barrel HP. Breach battle. You can't kill what's already dead. Kill enemies to expose and destroy the explosive barrel to blow up the enemy camp. Defeat enemies to get to the barrel for 1 round. Okay, so I want to focus down on 1 enemy, and then I'm going to attack the barrel. Applies 4 shock upon receiving 15 or more direct damage. Okay, well then why don't I go over here? 4 shock. And we do fireball. And then buckshot. Okay. So, I don't know where the timer on this is. Maybe it hasn't activated at all because it's all been splash damage on this enemy. So we'll see. So, 9 in an area. That also hits you. You get your shield, and you did some damage. This void is going to do that. So, that costs 5 because nobody else is targeting you. So, if I'm moved... But then I only have 2 left, so it's hard to do that. But we're still going to taunt over here. Go, nice shields for you. Wrath. That's fine. I'm going to do 8 damage. You don't have that defense. 23. Ouch. Well, yeah, I'll do some damage to you then. Could dash, but I'm going to wait on that. Okay, bolster. Do I have a taunt? I do have a taunt, so taunt you. This now costs 3, but then I don't have this, but I can re-shield this shield. And then Crusader Strike. Wrath on you. More burn on you. You don't have burn. So we're going to draw this ult. We're going to go and dash you, and we're going to do this, and before I run out of energy, I'm going to leave. Hit an extra time for each energy. Yep, so that's good. That fire will take you out, and so now I'm going to move over here. Okay, barrel exposed. Respawning in 1 turn. So now I'm going to focus down on this barrel. Reduces direct damage taken by 40%, so that's going to be tricky. Okay, so we do this, we gain burn, and then we do that. We're going to do pyro. We're doing 9 in an area. Well, yeah, let's do that. 10 damage here, for sure. Flashing. Dash, dash, bolt. Oops, 4 in an area. Okay, so we got this down by 50%. Now, does next turn mean now, or does it mean after 1 turn? It means now. And the enemy that replaced them was much tougher. We see 100 hit points. So it's going to be better to take out one of these 2. But you do 4 shock back when you take more direct damage. Okay. Restores 40% of all indirect damage received. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, why don't we do some direct damage then? You're going to get your ult here. Bolster and receive deal 6 damage and blind in an area. So yeah, so both of those are blinded, which is great. But that was all of your thing. And then you have dash. You have duel. So duel. Dual strike. That's a cliche here. 26 damage. Yikes. I need some healing, friends. Going to need some healing. I'll dash over here. We're gonna taunt. Nice. Oh, but you did shock back. Oh, let's bring the moon there. One of those. Get your ult. So that's gonna hit you a bunch. And not too bad on damage this turn. Gotta let him hit. So if I can hit you for exactly 14, that would be very nice. Okay, you can do that. Fire burst goes up here, so you're gonna die from burn, stun, and then we're gonna do that to you. Do that. You've got the shield. I'm gonna hit there because it hits twice. Very good. And then multi-strike. Very cool. Cleanse. Yep, we want shield and cleanse. And then we're going to dash. Oh. Okay, I want taunt. Yep, I'm going to taunt. Stun. And we're shocked. I get on the shields, which is just very nice. You're going to burn. And then the barrel is here, and it's got 20 seconds left. But it keeps the static conduit space, which is rough. Well, let's apply a bunch of burn. Deal some damage. You're getting shield, and you're getting shield. That's fine, because I just want to destroy this thing. I'm going to move you so that then it's easier for you to dash over and attack. You get the ult. I'm going to play the ult earlier because it applies vulnerable. And there we go. Barrel destroyed. No parlay. Ta-da! You get money. You get an artifact. Apply to burn whenever you play an elemental card on an enemy. Yeah, that sounds pretty great. Gain 1 ward at the start of each turn. Ward increases shield received by 50%, then decays by 1 each turn. Gain 2 shield per AP spent. Wow. Increases shield. Decays by 1 each turn, but if you get a Holy Locket and you get it every turn, you can no longer restore health in battles. Well, I don't have anything that restores health in battles right now, so that's fine. Gain 1 power, gain 2 burn. Deal 4 damage per burn on you, gain 3 burn. Thanks. We're going to take Combustion, because we've already got some of that Conversion Pyromania build on Aurora. So we're going to take something out. Immolation. I'm going to take out this Axe Throw and gain and add Combustion. And give that to Milady. And then artifacts, this locket is going to be for you. And we want to get some health. Click over here. Bad water. Cacti are a pretty rare sight out in the desert, but purple cacti is unheard of out here. You remember the old proverb about Uzir, drink when you can, not just when you're thirsty. You make a small cut in the body of the cactus, seeing purplish liquid pour out into the sandy floor. Does this seem purple to you? Does this seem safe to you? Gain a random item. Cleanse the corrupted ground in front of your potions. Lose a random item. I don't have any potions. Can I do this? I don't know about that. I'd rather get a smaller thing than not get anything. Okay, let's go back to capital for health. restore health on everybody. For gold, that's... Is this the Avatar episode? Yeah. Upgrade a card. Yeah, I've got tons of money. Let's upgrade a bunch of stuff. We're going to upgrade this other intercept. Okay, so that it does get more expensive every time you do it here. That's fine. You're 70 of 80, 53 of 70, 53 of 70. Yeah, that's fine. Backpack. I got an item. Potion of energy. Oh, okay. I don't know why I have another one. Maybe it's per battle or something. Yeah, brand new abilities, collect cards. Yeah, let's collect some cards. We're getting up to 18 threat. Let's get cards for Leon. Enchant 3. Custom status that cannot be dispelled or cleansed. All stacks decay at the end of turn. Gain 4 shield in an area for this. Start of each turn. Huh. I don't know what else the enchant does. Bolster, deal 5 in an area, deal critical damage if the cost of this card is 0. Oh, cool. So if he's got 3 people targeting him, it does 10 instead of 3, or instead of 5. That's pretty cool. And let's get some more cards. Let's get some cards from a lady. Counterattack, thrust. Apply 1 or vulnerable, draw 1 card. Cost of 2, I'm not in love with it. That's your passive. In an area. We just gain 5 in an area, gain 4 shard in an area at the start of each turn. Oh, maybe this lasts as many turns as their enchants. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's take that instead of... Is Pummel a taunt? Pummel is a taunt. Retain taunt. Let's lose that. Let's use one of these Crusader Strikes and we're gonna gain that. You need to be more about defense, because that's your primary dealie. Thrust, riposte, counterattack. Deal 9, but deal critical if the enemy is targeting you. Versus riposte. Yeah, I think I want another counterattack. Dash, apply 1 vulnerable, draw 1 card. I will take out that axe throw. Where's the axe throw? Oh, I guess you're not in this deck. Did I give it to somebody else? Okay. 14 as a deck size is interesting. Ability, solid battle. Can I just go straight to here? Yes, I can. Yeah, let's buy some artifacts. Forge. Unlocked a new shop. You found a missing blacksmith. You can now visit the Forge shop at the capital to purchase new artifacts for your journey. Okay. Not sure how I got out here, but thanks for the assist. Take this artifact as a token of my appreciation. Gain 1 might whenever you dash or teleport. Interesting. And artifacts. Yeah, you can do that. And then we can buy something. So we have 620. Gain 3 spirit. What is spirit? Increases shielding and healing by 1 per stack. All stacks decay. Start of each turn. That could be really good for Leon. How many artifacts do you have? You only have 2. Your cards gain piercing whenever you play them on an enemy. Piercing ignores shield. Restore 1 health in an area at the start of each turn. Okay, there's some healing. Deal critical damage to enemies affected by burn. Yeah, that sounds great. So that's going to be... Well, actually... I'll give that to you, but it could go to anybody, but you already have 3, and that's an heirloom slot, and I don't have heirloom stuff. Okay, we're at 317. We're at 20. Where's the boss stuff? Oh, there's stuff over here. I don't know if these are landmarks or something. So let's go all the way over to this shard battle. No, we can't. But we can we go to that one? No, we have to go to the assault battle first. Let's gain permanent upgrades. Choose a blessing for the rest of this run. Gain 8 extra health, revive with 10 health, healing. Yeah, let's take vitality. Everybody gets extra max health. So, shard battle. Sorgoth the Fetid. Dozens of hooded figures look forward with glassy eyes. Sorgoth gives orders that they seem intent on complying with. None seem likely to fight, so it's unlikely they'll pose a problem during the coming battle, but disrupting the scene is going to lead to a fight. One Anador can scarcely stand to lose. Shove the merchants out of the way. Unlock the campsite, but Sorgoth gains. Let's just fight. That sounds very scary. So again, come a little closer. I won't bite. Yeah, you will. When I finally get my hands on Akhan, he'll be Shishka Khan. Until then, you'll have to do. Returns 50% of the first direct damage taken in a turn. Yikes. Applies 12 hex. Oof. So I want to probably get Leon over there because he's the only one who has cleanse. Defeat the super elite enemies. So we're going to focus on here. We're going to do 14 damage. Slow. What is slow? Decreases attack down by 50%, then decays by 1 each turn. Okay. Oh, I could have done another fight and gotten that level up before I did this one, but so it goes. 5 in an area. 5 in an area. That. And buckshot. Gets the crit. And some burn. 4 in an area. Attacky. Dispel all enemies, gain fury. Dispel, it gets rid of positive buffs, but none of you have that. I think we're gonna do a big That's auto attacks. Alright, so cleanse. Bolster. And oh, you only have one right now, so can't do that one. Let's deal damage and taunt over here. Wrath. And shock. And that. Combustion. Da, da. And then. Very nice. And this doesn't get the bonus, but it does mean that I get all of that. So you're at 157 of 280. Close to 50% of damage in that next turn. And Leon is taking a bunch of punishment. Oof, I need to get in front of that. Immune. Actually, I'm going to save that because you have the 1 immune right now, and you're only going to take 5. Let's do more burn for you, and then get that nice thing. Area. Let's see, who is doing what? You're doing 9 hex, and you're doing 5 by 5. So let's stun you. Normal damage is not too much of a thing because you've got immune. And then you're going to do 7 in an area, and that's where some more damage is coming from. I got it. If we can get you off the board, that will be nicer. I don't know if I keep that card, so I'll wait. I could have waited and drawn it the next turn, but that's fine. Feels very good to take 5 different attacks and suffer 0 health damage. I have to say. Some burn for you. Bunch of damage. Some more damage. that. Okay, that fire is gonna get you. Alright, you've got dash, so we're gonna grab this riposte. We're gonna go hit you. We're gonna attack again. And then we're gonna dash, get some shields, do some damage, and taunt. And you've got the fight, you've got burn, so that should take care of you. Another general defeated. The root of the problem is at 5 to 20, and Quest Super Elite is done. Gold, an artifact. You have full. Your bolster cards cost 1 less AP. Ooh, that sounds great. Inferno, 14 in an area, gain 4 burn. Enchant 3, gain 1 ward at the start of each turn. Heroic Leap, deal 24 damage, reduce the card. Yeah, let's take that for Milady. Gain 1 resilience in an area per Arcana card in your hand. Multi-strike 4, 3 in an area. Okay. That shard was almost finished with his corrupting power anyway. No matter, you won't get much further. A likely story. So, more health for you. Some healing. Now we're going to go to her deck. And let's see what we got. Fleshe and Dual Strike. Let's take out both of these Fleshes. And we're going to add these. Now this gets all much more expensive, but there's some great powers. And artifacts. I'm going to give that to you. Do we only have 2 spots? It looks like you do only have 2 spots. Why is that? Alright, this is more important than that blade because you're the tank. 22 of 30. Defense Elite Battle. Let's buy some items. And they show up in the capital. So I should be going for Alchemist and all the things that will unlock stuff in the capital. I should be doing that earlier in my run. 8 elemental damage, 4/4 minion, add dispel. I think this is more of the thing for my my run. Big frog or toad person, which is cool. Apply one slow. I don't have the gold for that, so we'll just leave it. Items. Okay, we've got all of that filled. Loot cache. So now we're at this point where we're picking and choosing and replacing old artifacts. I think Rusty Cleaver is going to be promising for Milady. 40 gold. Okay, that was the last one that she could hold, so good. I chose wisely. We're at 24 of 30 on threats, so we're going to have the boss pretty soon. And we're at 326, so time-wise we're going to be at the boss pretty soon. But you're at 47, so let's go back to Capital. This armor sure is heavy and hot. They never talk about that, really. Health for everybody, so that these cost increases are per run. That's good to know. Alright, so I'm basically down to all battles, so let's go over here and do this shard fight. Orion the Chosen. It's a cool snake person. May the elements be with me. I am the chosen one. If you can't handle the heat, get out of the province. Ah yes, you, a red fox, very much a desert person. Reduces by 100% all direct damage taken equal to 7 or less. Oh wow, that's a good ability. Applies Force Shock on receiving 12 or more direct damage. Applies Cleanse and a Splash upon being destroyed. Well, you're the one who I have to go after anyway. That's 1 Resilience, so we're going to retain this. And you're going to do Critical, and then you're going to do Multi-Strike. Taunt, Light of Sun, and then hit you. So you're going to take 28 is a lot. Burn. One shot. Another attack. Ah, okay. If I use that on you, you get your armor immediately, and then you get the minions. Nice. Okay, you're going to gain a bunch of shield, you're going to gain a bunch of shield, and you're going to do damage in Sunder. We're going to go over here. We're going to enchant. Shock. And get some shields, which protects you a bit. That's only 1 again. A dash. Crochet. And we're going to use this again. And then we're going to spend energy because I want you in the middle because gain 4 shield in an area at the start of each turn. I want this to apply to everybody. Having to adjust here since I'm getting a bit of a crick in my neck from the. I think probably because the hood of this hoodie is weighing back. I've got that kind of stuff. I've got bolster and immune, which is great. Let's do some damage to you. We've got a bunch of shield. That's what's going on here. I just keep on drawing a bunch of elemental cards while I have these mirror images. Oh, let's get that extra hit. And there we go. Getting you down here. Taunt. Shield. And then immune. So you get all this stuff incoming and then you don't take damage, which is pretty cool. Alright, we'll consume all that burn for some more damage. Dispel. I don't think it's going to get rid of your abilities though, is the thing. So 4 in an area, and then you're going to get your ult next turn. Let's just go ahead and do the damage to you. Not so much, but that's going to be a bunch of damage. Definitely gonna need some healing after this fight. Okay, then everybody did get that. Fireball. Fireball again. Taunt. We're getting shields, so let's just do some damage over here. Alright, so you're gonna die from fire, so we just want to end. Arkhan's forces grow weaker as we destroy more shards. Gold. Artifact. Gain 3 power whenever you play your ultimate ability. Interesting. Apply burn, extra might. Let's get that regalia, but then I'll have to go back and see if I want to be trading something else out for it. Transfer all debuffs on you to the target. Deal 28 damage. Take that. It's interesting that the rewards are trending toward these really expensive cards that I could probably rebuild my deck around, but I haven't spent the time trying to do so. Resilience, yeah, let's take that. If I can stack up a bunch of resilience on Leon, that seems like it could be really great. Okay, let's give you another action. Lots of health, which we get after doing one of those. And can we claim this now? I don't know why this is... Destroy enemies in Anador. I guess Anador is up here. We're at 25. So let's go over there and see if we can... Is this Anador? Oh, let's find out. So we're going to defeat 3 enemies. Shadowbark, Treant, Shield, and apply poison. Alright, so we're going to do that. We're going to move. We're going to be in an area. Now he's going to be doing this cool shield share thing. Vines of War! And you've got poison. Deals 1 nature damage per stack at the end of turn, then decays by 1 stack. Okay, so X and... Cool. Solar Blast. Put that over here. Wow, double. So you just need 5 more damage. Okay. And then some of this for you. Draw an ult. Plus on you. Dash and gain shields. Taunt you. You. Burn you. And you can move, attack, and then move. Right on. Having more AP on her is not good because of all of, like, she does a bunch of damage, but I don't want her to stay in the line of fire so much. So you're about to get your ult, but I'm going to gain a bunch of immune. Get rid of all that bad stuff. So 24 damage. Wow. So I'm going to dash, maybe 20 damage, defeated 2 or 3 enemies, and I'm going to move you, gain a bunch of shield, burn, shock, consume some burn, do your ult, do a bunch of damage, right on. Golden ability. Burn to all adjacent targets. Wow. Apply all burn on the target to adjacent enemies, but it costs 5 and there's nothing on it to reduce the cost. Retain, bolster, deal 5 damage and blind and area. So I already have one of these. Let's take that meteor strike and see if we can build toward it, or if we'll get enough essence to be able to get the... No, you can't get a second one. Does not work. Maybe it's like slots. Blade goes in the bastion slot. What are all these things doing? Fiery wand. critical damage to all effect. That's why we're getting so much damage off of her stuff, which is great. Items, by week. Yeah, let's take that. Alright, so enemies in Anador is in fact what we're getting. So let's go over here, and then we can get some other stuff that's over there. That's nice. Okay. I am Aranex's bulwark and protector. Your journey ends now. Well, we'll see about that. You apply poison, multi-strike, you do damage and sunder. So we're going to do that. We're going to go over here. We're going to take some poison. Double riposte. And that lunge, and now you've got a bunch of shock on you. And let's do that damage. And some of this. And you do have some power on you, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's give you a week. Okay. Pounce on you. And then I do that. You're giving shields to yourself. So we're going to do this. Damage in an area. You're not taking anything, so I want to wait on your ult. And I can move you and then... Right? Deal 10 damage. Can you do it? No. No, but I couldn't move you back, so let's wait on that. So you got Hex, and I want to get your Cleanse, which you did not draw. That's fine. We're going to do 10. We're going to do this. So now we're going to use this. And we'll split blind in an area, so no attacks. And then taunt. Buckshot. That. And then burn you. Bunch of damage. Right on. And burn will take you down to 1. That is that. Okay, you're gonna be out, and then let's just roll this one. Let's use your Wrath, and do that. They didn't stand a chance. So this is this area where I need to do the defeat more enemies and get that bonus. Pyromania, shields. Okay, I can just take gold instead of at this point, which I think I'm going to be doing a lot. So here's capital again. Here's a different capital, so it's capital per region. You could use some health, but you're just the one person. I want to do more shock, because that would be rad. Okay, we're at 27 of 30. So very soon is the boss fight. Find artifacts. Let's just keep going this way, and maybe you'll run into fun stuff. This Blessing Wrath has been pretty great, I have to say. Lunge. And then we're going to move over here so that you do your cool thing for everybody. That fiery wand is so good. It was doubling the damage of that Aurora to enemies that burn. Okay, bolster and immune. And apply 5 burn, 1 shield per burn. Let's do this. Some wrath for you. Back again because you're targeting me. That enemy is down. So we're going to go over here and now counterattack. We're going to dash and shield. And attack in an area. Love that big damage. And cool shield aura. And you're stunned so you don't attack. But then you've got a bunch of burn, so now you're out. They've run off! Retain, taunt, and aura, area, draw 2 bolster cards from your draw pile. Ooh. Stun is good. Combo stun. So let's look at your deck. We're very close to the end of this run. So your deck, dual strike, lunge, deflection, entrench. So we're going to take out the axe throw. Concussive blow. And capital here is where? Oh, it must be. I guess there's a fight. Okay. See how long the boss fight is, because we're coming up on 4, but I'm also coming up on the boss fight. So combo is if someone else has played the same color. So that is just fine. Now we do concussive blow, and you're stunned, so you don't do that thing. Gains 24 shield upon taking 12 or more damage from 1 hit. Okay, well then we split up the damage a little bit. You are gaining toughness and cleanse, that's fine. I'm gonna zap you. That. An area. Okay. So you're taking decreases damage received by 50% this turn. You get a big thing. So you're gonna take shock. And then same area. Shield. You've got ward, so that's not a problem. Multi-strike. I don't have a taunt from here, unfortunately. But you can dash over here and do some attacks. And then do this. And you can handle that damage a little bit more readily. Great, but what is slow? Slow is decreases damage dealt by 50%, then decays in a stack. That's fine. So we're gonna dash here, and we're gonna light it to blind people. Totally start understanding the blind mechanics at this point. What's Wrath on you? Give burn to everybody so that they take double damage from this stuff. So you're doing Hex. You're doing 12 damage and stun, so we're gonna do that to you, so you're not stunning. You're stunning, I'm gonna hit you with Riposte twice, and then that, and then I get to do my ult again, which is pretty cool. Gain Fury, everybody's good on that. Dispel. Weak. Root. Root probably keeps me from moving, but we'll see. Okay, cool. Alright, and now we do the barrel thing. Damage. Gain a bunch of units. Not the greatest turn in terms of damage that I'm doing. Pummel some. This will burn a bit. That was not bad. Okay. Hope that did not make a terrible, terrible noise for you all when I hit the mic. Combo, reduce the card of this by 1 AP, so I need to do an Arcana, that's fine. Arcane. Definitely gain some shields here, yes please. Power, give you some burn. Floaty. So now this costs 1. Nice. Don't have things that do poison. We don't have minions. So let's just get some gold. The discard thing is too irregular. Take gold here. If I have a lot of money, then I can redraw, restore health. We're going to give you some more energy. Collect cards. Okay, wait, now we got the Cataclysm. Alright, so What if I just want to do the boss fight? Boss battle. Okay, so I can do it. Which means, can I go to capital here? There's the capital here. Permanent upgrade sounds good. Clarity. Draw cards to spend. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. But now let's go ahead and do the boss battle. Aranax, the Brood Queen. Passives. Boss have changed passives at the start of each round and are immune to crowd control, so I can't stun them probably. You can have Silk Cocoon, Corrosive Chit Chitin, Acid Fumes, or Light Tether. Life Tether. Let's go and do this thing. I don't expect to win, because this is a roguelike type game. Fools, did you really think you could come into my forest and kill my children? Does anybody want the middle lane? Anybody else want the middle lane? Please? Mwahahaha! No lane is safe from us. Okay. Prepare yourselves to be dinner! Alright, so you do lifesteal, life siphon. I'm not sure about this part here. Transfer up to 25 health to Aaron at next. Okay, so that's how that works. You've got this nest, so I'm gonna have to destroy everything. Return 50% of all damage taken. Thanks. So if I destroy these first, I can get rid of the health that you would be sending over. So I think that's probably what I'm supposed to be doing here. Straw. He's immune. Let's taunt him. Let's gain a bunch of shield. And do that. Oops, I thought I had already done one of those. So let's do that. Now I've got burn, so I'm gonna give myself some shields so I don't take as much. She's got more hit points. I did not end up healing Aurora, so that could become tricky. 16. Not. Boss passive rotation. Alright, so now apply 3 poison upon getting hit. Okay. So you're not poisoned anymore. I'm gonna do 20 damage. I'm gonna wait on the ult because 5 damage after shields is not bad. I have one other resilience card. And ult. Dance. Does not get the bonus, but I'm gonna do that. We're gonna give you some burn, some more burn, and then get a bunch of shield. Okay, this one is not doing great. Okay, we're gonna deal 15 damage and apply poison. So, right now, you're gonna move. Are you rooted? You are rooted. That's fun. So, blind you. Gain stasis on. Okay, that's fine. So, let's zap you. Zap you again. Zap you because you're able to crowd control. A couple times there. Fire. Deal 25 damage. So we're going to go here, and then we're going to Mighty Leap. So your stasis is what? Stasis. Unable to target or take any action for 1 turn. Not stackable. Stasis is not bad, because you don't get to do the thing. You're gonna die from burn. You're not quite dead from burn yet. I'm gonna give you some shock. Okay, you can't take any more shock. That's fine. Hit you. And it's going to hit you. So now you're... both of these are going to be out. Okay. Boss passive is now apply through poison upon getting hit. So you are going to do 6 damage in an area. Thanks. If I can make you weak, then Aurora will stay alive. Great. So we're gonna dash. We're gonna concussive blow. The stun won't apply because you're immune to crowd control, but I can pounce on you. And then I'm gonna move you back here to take the brunt of the blow. Dispel. I don't know that that's gonna do anything bad to you. Or Fury is not quite your ult. It is yours, but I don't think that that's as important. Thanks. And now your passive is gain status upon taking 20 more damage in a single hit. Okay? So we want to not do 20 in one hit if we can avoid it. So 19 damage as often as possible. 6 poison in an area, which would take you out. I should not have used up all of your energy because I needed to move you away, because now it's just going to be Leon versus Arnax, which I think may have just made it so that I'm not going to win this, unfortunately. That doesn't give you a free move. So, sad stickers as both of them get KO'd. Corrupted. Any hero moving to this lane will lose 5 health. Well, not a lot I can do about that, honestly. He does so little damage. But he's very tough. He's going to take poison basically all the time until I can get a cleanse. Burn on you, which is not bad. It's immune. Damage. Shield. Holster. Multi-strike. Yeah, let's take that. Okay, I will not survive this turn unless I do some stuff. Let's get some shield. Let's get some more shield. So we will survive the turn. But look at all this poison damage. I need to get my cleanse blade. If I had been able to get another one of those, that probably would be good. Yeah. I believe that this is the end for our party here pretty soon. 16 damage. Cleanse. Oh, I should have done the cleanse after I did the other hits. That's very silly on me. Yeah, you're just taking so little damage at this point. I don't have a lot of faith here. Some shield, some shield. No damage, so let's wait. So that I can use the ult next turn. And try to do damage. Attack. Well, yeah, let's just use everything, right? So. We're at 63, and this turn you apply poison upon getting hit. 5 damage and blind. Blind is crowd control, so that doesn't matter. It's too expensive for the damage it does. We're doing 20 damage and root, but I still have 1 immune. Gain another immune. Let's attack. Guess we'll spend the money to do the damage. And a bunch of immune. You're doing 6 poison in an area. And you do stasis. So 1 attack. And then cleanse, so I'm not taking anything. Do that because it increases my fury. Maybe I can pull this out? Maybe? I don't know. This is kind of fun. I was expecting Leon to collapse much faster without having his buddies being able to do damage with him. So this is 6 damage in an area. Okay, now you're taking nothing. And do the damage that you can. Alright, that's getting hit. Alright, so you would go down, cleanse. So we cleanse now. Gain immune, do some damage. I don't need to do this, I'm just going to play it. Okay. He's so tough, he might make it. Return 50% of all damage taken. Okay, so maybe... What if just surviving? Be able to do it. Having that fire from Aurora has been just absolutely key. I don't think I'd be in anywhere near as close, good a shape as I would be otherwise. So close. Do it! Do it! Yes! Cool, and I got a new character. Shinzo unlocked for defeating Aranax in any area. No, my forest, my children! Even with all this delicious power, I've failed. Wait, I feel so strange, like I've been living in a dream. Forgive me, I was too weak to defend against the corruption. Thank you. Thank you, I didn't know what I was doing. Oh, you're not all evil. You were seduced by the unholy power of Archon and the Apex, while you were... distracted with raw power, you allowed the corruption to strangle the life from this place. Now that you're free, and without the vile corruption spreading across this land, Anador will return to its former glory. One step closer to crushing Archan. His control is weakened, now that Anador is no longer under his control. We did it! Money and some things. Is this the end of the whole thing, or is this like a chapter break? Execute. Oh wow, yeah. Let's take that. Portal to the Arcanium. You have engaged Archon for the last time. He draws upon the portal. Oh, okay. So this is endgame. Got it. To arms, my companions. I can't wait to pounce on one of these nasty shards. Health, please. Archon the Destroyer. Archon controls all the 5 spirit elements throughout his connection with Umbra. He's constantly altering his affinity to those spirits and summoning unique powers. Prepare for the ultimate battle. So, rotating power thing again. Umbra is displeased with your recent behavior. Watch out for his hands. They're very grabby. Prepare to meet Umbra. Okay, so you have 520, and cannot be crowd controlled. Stuns a random hero at the start of the turn. Yikes. Gains 3 might at the start of each turn. That's bad. Okay, so this is all one enemy, and he's got, like, left claw, right claw. Cool. Cannot be moved. So I definitely want to get rid of the claws first. You're all stunned. So, hitting everything. Burn. Burn. Remove. Protection aura and taunt. Bunch of damage on him. Boss passive rotation. Gain 1 toughness. So takes 50% less damage. Do that. And then consume that burn. Crit. Wrath over here. Oh, Wrath. Okay. Only Aurora can do that. Double the price. And the limit. Not that damage. Gain some shields. Gonna take an area. You've got your ult, so let's go ahead and apply that. You're going to take so much damage, so I'm going to go ahead and give you that so that you can get your ult so you don't take damage. Boss passive rotation. Now double all debuffs on your heroes. Oh wow, that's so much fire. Where is... Yes, cleanse. Thank you. It's immune. Deal some damage over here. Combo. Draw cards. What are you doing? You're doing 16 in an area. Yeah, let's go ahead and stop. Because that's going to pull a bunch of... Are you also immune to crowd control? Because you're part of the enemy? That's a bummer. Okay. So that takes that claw out. And you're going to do 20 damage. We're going to do 16 in an area. Okay, that's nice. Much less damage. Okay, now you are tough. And you're going to do attack and vulnerable. Protection aura for sure. Taunt. That is just one. Still too many elemental cards. For this to do as much as I can. Now let's pounce on this part. And go ham. Lunge. Combust. Burn. So now both of the arms are down, and it's just the biggin. And I will go ahead and use that clarity to get you some things. Give you some burn. Give you some more burn. Move here to take the damage. And okay, we're maybe doing not too bad. You're in some trouble for sure. Stuns a random hero, so there he is. Wrath. Give you some shock, which is not as important because all your bits are, all your little subsections are down. And let's do that. And put the damage on you while we can. We're going to do 5 burn in an area. I'm going to move back over here. And you can't do anything, right? Yeah. Now you're going to do 20 damage and double all debuffs. So cleanse. More burn. So right over here. It doesn't stun you, but then I get to pounce. Then you're going to jump back over and take that damage. You can fireball as well. Alright, 226. You are going to be out next turn unless I can do something about it. Deal 10 damage and apply 5 burn. You've got all this burn. Resilience is not going to help. Okay, well, go in there and do all the damage you can, I guess. Can I cleanse you? No. Get some immune. Do all that. Do some burn. Do some burn. Get rid of something nice that you had. And Milady is gonna take it on the chin. Okay, you are doing 8 damage and 2 vulnerable in an area, and you've got a bunch of burn. So I'm going to give you the power first, and then I'm going to consume all the burn. And then we're going to do that. That's very nice. Keeps you alive. Intercept. Turn taunt. Do some damage. Enchant. And attack. You take some hits. It is immune to so many scary things. Like the 2 or 3 different stun attacks that I have, the stun ult on Aurora, the blinds that I have. So that's a good, like, I get why you would give that to the end boss of the scenario. It's just kind of sad because it totally mitigates some things. So you've got 20 left. This may be doable. Because you've got 32 burn on you. So I think I can do it? Question mark? Immune? Yes! Cool. We unlocked another character, Mozebius, who is definitely not just Master Oogway from Kung Fu Panda. This is probably like a wizard turtle. I can feel Umbra's power fleeing my body. I was too invested. I was over leveraged. It's 2008. It's going to take some time for the corruption to leave the land. The world can finally go back to where it was and under the protection of Iluna. Cool. As you return to the inn, you gather your thoughts and plan your next move. The world of Arzu seems lighter, cleaner, and all signs of the corruption have abated from the area, and the weight is off your shoulders. But there is still more that need to be done. Reports pour in from neighboring provinces that corruption has taken root, and that Shards of Umbra cannot be defeated. A queasy feeling sets in. It seems like Akhan has won, and all hope is lost despite your best efforts. The feeling in your gut intensifies, and your vision begins to blur. You blink, attempting to blot out the light, overpowering your eyes, but to no avail. There are no leads where Akhan is, but to save Arzu and restore balance to the world, he must be stopped. The thought creeps into your head as if it were there already. The figures of the spirits materialize before you, or you before them. Akhan has grown too powerful and the corruption too strong. It will be up to you to seek out new allies and gain access to the other provinces to prevent the cataclysm falling Arzu. Begone! Return to your beginnings and save Arzu. Balance must be restored. Is this a time loop game? Cool, mastery level shot up there. Unlocked some stuff. Lots of stuff. Okay, all these cards are getting unlocked for the various characters. Roguelike, friends. It's a roguelike. So we got some stuff in these regions. Overall mastery level with individual characters, and we unlocked 2 more characters. So we can restart with the same seed or a random seed. We've done that. We're going to go back, and then this should be just the title screen. Cool. Well, that has been Arcanium. Rise of Akhan is the subtitle of this game. This game is theoretically still in easy early access. It seems pretty solid, pretty polished already. And because it's a roguelike, I can play the next run with 2 of the 3 characters being new characters, and I'll probably unlock another one. And then at that point, if I've got 6 or 7 characters unlocked, the combinations become really, you get a multiplicative effect on what the game feels like when like, okay, what happens if I replace the lion tank with a different type of tank, or somebody else who has damage mitigation? What if I replace Aurora with somebody who's more like an archer character, and the different mechanics that they have individually and their different decks. So this is part of what I really like about roguelike deck builders, is when they're well designed, the replayability is just through the roof, and I think they make good stream games because each run is intelligible on its own. So in 3 weeks, if I'm playing this game like every Wednesday or whatever, someone could come by and kind of get the gist of the game without necessarily having had to watch weeks and weeks of what came before. Inscription was kind of like that, where the game builds on itself, and I'm glad to have done all of that, and now the run is like the playthrough is there, and anybody can go to my YouTube and find all of what I did. But I think for like week to week streaming, something like this may be a little bit easier. And this is fun because it's new to me versus something like Slay the Spire or Monster Train that I've already played a lot of and is not as fresh for me. I can like teach it and speak to it much more easily. But something like this, I'm going to be surprised, and then people can be surprised with me as I play. And that's really pretty fun. So this has been a Wednesday stream. I did not have a Wednesday stream last week because it was a holiday and I was traveling. But this Sunday, I'm going to be GMing a special event game. I don't have a command for this yet, so I probably need to add that. Because I am one of the co-founders of Bag of Giving, which is a charity tabletop RPG stream series. And let's actually jump back over to Heads Up as I am looking at different things. Bagofgiving.com. Is this actually going to load, or is my internet doing something weird? Yes. So, Bag of Giving is a series of charity tabletop RPG actual play shows. And so I'm going to be GMing a game of Court of Blades, which is a really fun Forged in the Dark game that I've been running for a home group and enjoying. And I'm going to try to make this bob less. Nope. I need to replace this camera with something that's going to be more stable or come up with a way to make it more stable. And so that Bag of Giving game is going to be at twitch.tv/ArvinElleron on Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And you can go to Bag of Giving and get more details about the players for this group and information about how you can contribute to the charity event, the charity efforts. So for this game and for this month, we are going to be supporting the Maryland Food Bank, which kind of deals with food scarcity and food deserts in Maryland. It does a lot in Baltimore specifically because let me tell you what, food scarcity and food deserts in Baltimore, a big thing because systemic racism, fucking up neighborhoods and breaking up historically black neighborhoods and making existing problems worse. So I've given to Maryland Food Bank before and been pretty impressed by what they've done and the actions and like activities that they've done within the state and within the community here. So I felt good about picking a charity that impacts people directly around my community, as opposed to doing something where it feels like it goes off somewhere else and it's harder for me to understand or get a sense of where that of how it's applying. Now, all of these different charities like have their own pluses and minuses, and there's groups that are doing great work in their community and they're far, far away from me, and that's all great. But for this, at least for this event, I wanted to pick something where I have done the vetting for the group already myself, as opposed to having to do a bunch of extra research. And then in the future, we'll have other charities we're supporting, and we're going to poll the players that come into groups to see if there's charities that they are already familiar with or have worked with that they'd like to support, and then we'll keep on building from there. And otherwise, I'm going to say we are very close to 50 followers, at which point I will do a fun giveaway, because 50 followers is one of the kind of benchmarks that I still need to hit for this channel to gain access to being an affiliate, which will then let me do a whole bunch of other things that will lead to improvements for the channel. So thank you so much to everybody who is watching on the VOD in the future. Thank you very much to the kids who are the kids are asleep for chatting throughout and experiencing this game with me. And thanks to everybody else who was watching and lurking while I was live. And now I'm going to sneak over to my OBS and I'm going to go to the end card and say, see you next time.